Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about regrets. This is a big word for me because it's hit me personally, and I know a lot of people go through it where they're just constantly thinking about things that they want to do and they land up not doing it at all. So what I mean by regret, I just mean like when you think about something that you really want to do, like you want to be a dancer, you want to be a YouTuber, you want to be a rapper, singer, whatever it is, and you don't do anything with it, and you know you have a talent deep inside, and you spend a lot of time just kind of thinking like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna like it, oh, I don't know if people are really gonna like what I'm doing, and then you have the other thing where you're just completely thinking about what somebody said about your music or how you danced, or they say, oh, you look like a piece of shit, you look ugly, whatever it is. Those are all things that you kind of have to learn to battle, because it takes time to understand. And now that I'm older, I'm 34 years old now, I really truly, there's a lot of things that I really regretted when I was younger. Like, for example, doing YouTube sooner. That's something that I wish I did with myself, and now it's gotten to the point where I'm finally starting to realize the importance of it, and I'm doing it a lot more. Not only for myself, but for my future. I know that for sure, that being in social media and being, on YouTube, on Instagram, on all these platforms is something that's very powerful, and it's something that can it's like unscalable. You don't know how it could land up. You can land up being a super top star in what you do, but you're not going to become that if you don't put the work in and actually do it. So when I'm talking about regret, I'm talking about like, just go ahead and do what you have to do. If you want to rap, you want to sing, it's this day and age is like the best time, because you can literally get pretty much everything for free. Because if you don't have the money to go and buy like a music software or something, you could just pirate that shit. Like, everybody knows what pirating is. At least, I don't know, if you don't know what pirating is, then I mean, just Google uTorrent, like just torrent. You can easily download whatever the fuck you want and use that as a tool to kind of get you where you need to be. And then you can go ahead and, say, okay, I love this program, I'm gonna show them some love and I'll give them some money. But don't worry about that shit in the beginning. Don't worry about quality, and don't worry about like what people are gonna think about your stuff. You just have to go out and do it. So that's the first thing to battle. And when I was growing up, I was like 15 years old. I was just living with my grandmother, playing video games constantly. People didn't understand what I was doing, and in a way I understand like why they, like, especially my family, was kind of upset that I wouldn't go out and do things and socialize. And inside I knew there was something that I needed to do with this. And I regret not covering the game that I cover right now, which is City of Heroes. I play a lot of that, and it's because I regretted not doing videos on that game back in the day. And so I do it now. When I started YouTube, I mainly did it because my friend John, he's the one that really got me deep into like YouTube and understanding all that stuff. And he was the one that inspired me to really get into it. And then it wasn't until after he died that I realized it's something that I was really passionate about. I just needed to put in the work. And the problem with the way I was putting in the work, I would just put out a video once every like month or two. I wasn't very consistent, and I slowly learned that consistency is the way of getting out there, especially if you're in the world of like creation. When you're trying to create something, from yourself, you have to be consistent. I know that the screen is probably shaking a lot, but I'm driving, so I don't know, like, it's probably really bad. But anyway, we're just gonna keep going with it. See, and this is what I mean by, talking about like perfection. There's no such thing as perfection. Get that shit out of your head. There's no such thing. You can't make anything perfect, because if that was the truth in how all these big people have gotten to where they are, then they wouldn't have even made it. Because if you look back, this is something that I love to do. I like to go back and look at my favorite YouTubers, for example. I'll look at my favorite YouTubers or musicians, and I'll go back to their first album or their first song that they ever made. And you'll see that the quality is not there. And you're gonna see like they're filming it out of the back of their freaking, I don't know, a basement and shit. And there's like pipes in the back, and it's like, whoa, like, it's like, did this guy get kidnapped or something? Like, this shit is kind of crazy. You know, so like that's something that you need to realize, is that everybody got to start somewhere. And the only way to get better at things is to do it. You know, like to just do it. Practice makes you good. You know, it doesn't make you perfect, but it makes you good. Because if you do it more and more, you get better at it, and the faster you'll be at it, more productive you'll be at it. Like, for example, like for me, I could easily do a video like this, you know, and I haven't been because there's been obstacles, yeah, but at the same time, it's a mixture of just laziness. Like, I'm being truthful right now. I've been lazy, and that's why I haven't been posting videos. And I want to post a video every single day. In my head, I know that's what I want to do. But then I get home, and sometimes I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do it right now. I think I'd rather just wait until tomorrow. And that's a problem. Whenever you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, that's when it doesn't happen. And you're never going to do it. You know, it's just going to keep going and going and going. Yeah, so in the end of the day, don't regret not doing something. Just go ahead and do it. If you have to take the baby steps to, let's say, if you want to be a dancer and you need to do the research first, that's a step in the right direction, because you're actually like teaching yourself. It's almost like you're going to school. You got to think about it that way. You know how you were forced to go to school, you were forced to like work your job 8 hours a day. If you put that same amount of time into actually put like working on your craft, like working on like, you know, training yourself and all that shit, you will get so fucking good. Like when I was doing like music, for example, I just sat, I watched a lot of videos, and then I also watched some tutorials and stuff like that in between. And then I kind of did the practice at the same time. So when I started working on my music, I started to realize that, oh, this sound, I heard this sound in a Drake song and I really liked it. I want to do something similar to that. And I actually figured it out on my own. You know, and if I didn't figure it out on my own, I will go on YouTube, I'll Google it, whatever. Like the answers are out there. You just need to do it. Like Google is literally the new library. You know what the library used to be back in the day? Now Google is the library. So all you gotta do is just like search it up. Like, I don't know how to do something, look it up. But that's what I mean by putting in the practice, because if you actually are working towards your goal, you will get better. And in turn, you start posting it on Instagram, making YouTube videos, doing whatever you have to do to get yourself out there for whatever it is you like. You will be successful in time. Don't worry about views. Don't worry about whether or not people are gonna like the video, because you know what's funny? Some of my really old videos, you can just look back on some of my really old videos, my very first ones. Like, there was videos that I put out that I put a lot of thought into, and I tried real hard. It took me like 6 hours to edit that video, and I'll get like fucking 10 views. And then I'll put out a video that took me like 2 seconds on a flip phone, and I'll get hundreds of thousands of views, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't understand how it works. And it all has to do with just working. Just do it, because you never know what's gonna hit and what's gonna you know, be funny or entertaining, whatever. You know, and that's the whole thing about like getting on YouTube and everything, is there's two things. You either have to be entertaining, or you have to be teaching somebody something, like giving somebody some kind of value. You know what I mean? So if you're not doing that, then how would they find you? You know what I mean? So like, that's why I'm trying really hard to get back into doing tutorials and doing like videos like this, like where I just kind of talk to you guys about my feelings and how I want to like help you guys with whatever you're struggling with. So I just hope these kind of videos help, you know, and I'm going to keep doing these kind of things. And at the end of the day, just don't regret anything. Just work. Just work. Just do what you have to do to get to where you need to be. Yeah, like I said, I'm looking to do more videos like this, and I know there's a lot of things that I could probably just keep ranting and on about, but I would just probably, like, you know, steadily put it out in videos, just like, I don't know, as we go. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. This is like a new thing, and you saw the shaky camera and all that. I really want to make it so that I can show you the road and show you where I'm going, like how I'm driving and shit. Like, I think that would be pretty cool. But that's a future thing. I have to save up to get some more cameras and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, later, guys.